Hello my dear friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jane. I'm a life coach, a women's coach. In this channel we speak a lot about self-development, understanding yourself, how you can quantum leap, how you can come to the new level and be the most fulfilled, happiest, abundant version of yourself. And today we're having a very exciting and interesting topic about nervous system regulation, as I've realized recently that this is one of the most important things you need to consider if you want to come to a new level in your life, if you want to invite growth, if you want to quantum leap. And it's interesting because, as I've shared in my previous video in the podcast with my dearest friend Christina, each time when you're about to quantum leap, each time when you're about to jump into the new level in your life, it can be in relationships, in your love life. For example, you're about to actually allow the love to come in to your life, or this is about your career and maybe you're stepping into the new level of self-expression, into the new level of abundance, financial abundance. There will be this moment in which the universe might test you, how ready you are, how rooted within yourself you are to actually open the door and receive that new level, that quantum leap. This actually what has happened to me in the last months, which is why I'm super excited to share with you the transformation that has changed me and that is going on still within me. But I realized that there's so much power in what I'm about to share with you, and I feel like so many people are going through similar stuff, but they are maybe unable to recognize how to address it and what to do with it. Usually when you are faced with the new level or you're about to open that door, there would be a moment where you would experience a certain crisis. This, what I've noticed, was happening all my life before I was about to start something new, to finally make my dream come true, to finally enter the relationship and allow the love to come in to my life. Usually, your nervous system may collapse right before that because this is something unfamiliar. The main purpose of your nervous system is to protect you at all costs. So when you are starting something new, when you're finally coming to the point that you're making your dream come true, career-wise, let's say, or the love, relationships, your nervous system would start giving you different weird state of beings that would actually block you to move forward, because this is something unfamiliar and this is the way of your nervous system to basically protect you. I wasn't actually paying attention to that much before I actually met my friend Christina, who told me while I was in that weird state of being that I'm actually in the freeze mode. And after that, I realized the whole cycle of what's going on with me. There was a moment when I stepped into my new reality, which has happened recently. And when you are stepping into the new, when you are trying something new for the first time, like a new level, you are entering the survival mode automatically. Each time there is a new level, there would be a layer of survival mode that you need to conquer, that you need to go through in order to become even more rooted within yourself. It is very connected to your Muladhara, to your first center, first chakra, which is all about the survival mode, the survival mechanisms, and how you're able to actually stay rooted within yourself and within your body. What has happened to me, I would include my personal story, as it is always the most helpful when I share from my own experience. As I've stepped into the new level, I realized that the survival mode came strongly. And although I've been working a lot with that thing, and if you've been here for a while, you know, and I've shared with you already a lot of transformational wisdom on the survival mode and how to heal it, but it is inevitable that before your next quantum leap, there would be a moment when you enter that survival mode one more time. And here, you may start experiencing modes like fight and flight or freeze. When I entered the new level, the new chapter, I can call it like this, in my life, I realized that this anxiety came back because there is so much uncertainty. It's like you're doing the step forward, but you don't know exactly where you're going. It's like your eyes are a little bit closed when you are stepping into the new. And that's why your nervous system is trying to protect you. Your survival is in danger. And when your survival is in danger, you may experience one of those modes that I've shared with you, which is fight, flight, or freeze. So fight mode is when you are not aware, you're not conscious, you just sense that there is danger somewhere around, your nervous system senses that, and you are ready to fight. You are ready to do irrational action just to come back to that feeling of safety. And usually the actions that you do in that state of being are not leading anywhere because they're not done from the rooted, conscious state of being. So what has happened to me, I started doing these chaotic actions. Like, I just need to do the action. I need to do this and that just to feel safe again. Until I realized that those actions do not actually bring me the results I want because they are made out of anxiety, out of fear, and they're not strategical. They're not logical. They're not calm. And then there is another mode which you may experience if you come to that survival mode, which is the flight mode. Flight mode is when actually your nervous system wants to run away. You basically start denying the reality, denying your situation, denying what exactly is happening around you, and the nervous system response is to run away. To run away, you don't know where, just to run, just to escape. And this is also a very limiting state of being, because instead of calming yourself down and actually facing your situation, the situation in which you need to be conscious, you want to escape. It is some sort of escapism. It's interesting because many people who experience procrastination or perfectionism, they are in that flight mode because the nervous system is simply not ready to face the situation. And then instead of making an action, you would procrastinate and you would not understand, why am I actually unable to make an action? I realized at some point in my life where I made a certain decision and vision for myself of what I want to do in my life, what are my goals, career-wise, for example. I couldn't understand why for such a long time there was a vision, but there were no actions. I simply could not perform the action. And only now I realized that I couldn't perform the action, and you are unable to perform the action. You are procrastinating because you put yourself this very, very high-end goal. Your expectations are so high from yourself. And then what happens is reality kicks in. And with every goal, it needs time. It needs little steps that you do. You cannot just jump from one identity to another without doing the inner work. When you put yourself a goal, when you make a vision for yourself, but your identity is not there yet, your nervous system would protect you. And it would protect you by taking away your power to act. You would be procrastinating. You would be stuck in this perfectionism mode because there is no inner readiness and inner belief that I'm worthy, I'm ready. So that's why it requires inner work to actually quantum leap. It requires your ability to embody that identity that you want to be without the fear. And when it is time to actually behave as that identity, you must be so rooted in it. You must be so sure that this is the reality I deserve. This is the thing that I want to do. This is my identity. This is who I am. If you're not ready, if that identity is not embodied, rooted in you, you would be experiencing flight mode over and over again. It's so interesting because I went through the whole phase of being in that flight mode for years. I couldn't act. There was this vision, but there were no actions. And the best thing that I realized is important to apply is to invite little steps into your life. So it's not just you in point A and this point B, which is so far away, and you're not ready to be there mentally. If you would be ready, you would quantum leap. And this happens to people who are actually so ready within, who have done so much inner work that the reality they desire feels normal to them, feels familiar. At that point, you can quantum leap super fast. But in order to prepare yourself for that, what has worked in my life is making little steps and making little points in between you and your goal, so that your nervous system is able to receive what you want gradually, because you are simply slowly expanding your rubber band. And it's interesting because it is also very connected to your finances, and a good example to that can be about people who want to actually jump into the new financial level in their life, but this level feels so unsafe and unfamiliar within their bodies. For example, I had a friend who was telling me that each time we are visiting a certain place, and I usually love to choose beautiful places to hang out. I love nice hotels, good restaurants. And she told me at some point, I feel so uncomfortable in my body to sit in these places, even if we just order a coffee, if it is not the full dinner. She told me, I feel like I want to shrink. I feel like I have so much shame, like I don't deserve to be here. And this is an amazing example of that rubber band. which shows that maybe in her mind, she wants to be at that level. She wants to be able to stay in this kind of hotels, to spend her time there. But her body is not ready for that yet. Her body wants to shrink. Her body wants to flight, escape, because this is something unfamiliar. This is something like an alarm. And that's why it is important to start listening. What is actually going on within my body? When you want to quantum leap, when you want to come to the new financial level, when you want to invite relationships into your life, you need to become so attuned to the signals of your body, because through those signals, your body is actually communicating with you. I'm ready for this, or I need more time to actually feel safe in this level. And the other mode which I really want to speak about is the freeze mode. This is the mode where I caught myself like 2 weeks ago. And I only realized what's happening to me after my friend actually pointed that you're in a freeze mode. Freeze mode is basically when you've been in fight and flight, you've experienced all of that anxiety, hectic actions, trying to escape the situation, and then your nervous system just shuts down. It shuts down because it needs to protect you, because there's so much going on within that it cannot hold this anymore. So it shuts down. You're in a freeze mode. And freeze mode is that mode when you can't move. You can't make a decision. You become so powerless. And you don't understand why. And even smallest actions, smallest decisions are so difficult to you because you are in the freeze mode. You're like freezed. You can't move. You can't do the action because your nervous system is shut down. It is very important when you are in this state to actually acknowledge it and realize, I'm in the freeze mode. Awareness is everything, because when you know what's actually happening within you, you can heal it by going through it and by understanding, by having an awareness. For so many years, when this was coming back, like this layer that I had to heal within me, I could not understand what's going on. And there was no explanation. I was just telling myself, oh, you are in a huge transformation right now. Somehow you will get out of it. And then, only now, I realize that this was all connected to body being in those modes: fight, flight, and freeze. And this happens when your survival is somehow in danger. Maybe it's not even real. Maybe you're safe, actually. But because there is this wound within you of safety, because your Muladhara chakra is blocked, which is connected to your survival, you are unable to move forwards until you heal it, until you find safety within yourself, until you learn how it is to actually be safe within your body. I believe that healing your Muladhara chakra is one of the most important things every woman should do. Because if your Muladhara chakra is not healed, you will always be choosing men out of fear in your life. So if you want to invite love, and relationships. But your Muladhara chakra is blocked, and you cannot find a feeling of safety within you. There is no healthy masculine side within you. You would be choosing men not out of love, not out of actually alignment and curiosity. I like this person, I like his values, I'm so interested to be with him. He resonates with me, I resonate with him, I feel great by being next to his energy. But you would be choosing men out of luck, out of fear. I'm so afraid to be with myself. I can't take care of myself. I can't provide safety to myself. I need a man who would come and save me. But is it truly about love at the end of the day? And you might catch yourself at a moment in your relationships where you would realize that there's nothing else there. There's just you feeling so unable to give yourself that safety, and that man is simply the source. But apart from that, there's no alignment. You have different values. You're not interested actually in this man. You're actually not even in love with this man. It's not love. It's your fear speaking. It's your unhealed Muladhara. I'm not saying that men cannot provide for you. This is actually, in my opinion, very healthy. When the man provides the structure, when the masculine gives that container for the feminine to flow, to come out. And with a strong masculine next to you, you would be able to flourish so much in your feminine, even more before you met him. But first, it is important to find safety within yourself, to create safety around you, because only by doing that, you would be able to choose freely, choose out of love, not out of luck. Choose not out of fear, but out of genuine feeling, desire. On this note, I want to finish this video and inspire you with this powerful realization that if you're going through this period of transformation right now, this is the road towards your new level. And this is that point in which you're actually able to step into the new. Once you will realize that all of those challenges and struggles come to you because you are ready. You are ready to step into the new level in your life. You're able to become stronger. You're able to accept this challenge and actually invite new expansion, to expand your rubber band to the new level. And this expansion is impossible without you actually expanding your mind, your nervous system, allowing and embodying that new identity to come in and to be your reality. Don't be afraid of that. You are strong, you are powerful, and every challenge that comes to you is the powerful platform to jump, face the new reality and the new level. You know deep down where you want to be. You know deep down what is your vision. The only thing that is left is to actually go through this period where doubts kick in, where fears come up, where old wounds come to the surface, and to allow your body to receive more, to expand, and to make this new level something familiar, something normal, in which you can live in safety and feel like this is your norm.